This demonstration shows the use of Tomtec Quadra 3 to provide full walkaway automation for solid phase extraction protocols. This example uses the Water's Micro Oasis plate with their MCX protocol. The Quadra stackers are loaded with the various reagent reservoirs and plates. The Micro Oasis and capture plates are in the right rear stacker, and the other reservoirs and sample plates are in the left rear stacker. The automated vacuum box, methanol reservoir, and an ultrasonic tip wash station are located on the Quadra shuttle. The first sequence puts the Micro Oasis plate on top of the vacuum box. The pipetter then aspirates 200 microliters of methanol. Prior to doing so, it first aspirates 450 microliters of methanol and dispenses it back, prior to aspirating the 200 microliter transfer volume. This is to equilibrate the tip headspace with organic vapors to prevent dripping. One aspirate-dispense cycle may not be sufficient for some organics. 2 may be required. An expedient is to use one cycle of aspirate and dispense, then aspirate a 5 microliter air gap as shown by this demonstration. Following the dispense of the methanol, a time dispense is made to clear the tip of the capillary residual and, more importantly, of the organic vapors. This will allow aqueous pipetting following the organics. Vacuum is applied to the vacuum box. The hand presses the plate down to assure vacuum is applied. Next, the water reservoir infeeds to the shuttle. .200 microliters is aspirated and transferred to the Micro Oasis plate. Vacuum is still being applied, drawing this through to the vacuum trap. The sample plate infeeds. 100 microliters of the aqueous sample is aspirated and transferred to the Micro Oasis plate, where it is vacuumed through to waste in the trap. The sample plate then outfeeds to the left front stacker. Following the transfer of the sample, the tips move to the ultrasonic tip wash station. They are washed concurrently while the vacuum is being applied to the Micro Oasis plate. The 2% formic acid reservoir infeeds. .200 microliters is aspirated and dispensed to the Micro Oasis plate on the vacuum box. The formic acid reservoir outfeeds to the left front stacker. The next step adds another 200 microliters of methanol. The previous pipetting steps have all been with aqueous liquids. Prior to aspirating the organic methanol, 450 microliters is first aspirated and dispensed back to equilibrate the tip headspace with organic vapors prior to aspirating the 200 microliters of methanol. The next sequence of events removes the micro oasis plate from the vacuum box and places it in the right front stacker. The capture plate infeeds from the right rear stacker and is placed inside of the vacuum box on the interior nest. The vacuum box is closed and the micro oasis plate is retrieved and placed again on top of the vacuum box. The internal nest inside the vacuum box lifts the capture plate up in close contact with the tips on the oasis plate. The last reservoir of 5% ammonium hydroxide and methanol infeeds from the left rear stacker. Since this is an organic, the tip headspace is equilibrated by aspirating and dispensing 400 microliters prior to transfer. Then 50 microliters of reagent is aspirated and then dispensed to the micro oasis plate. This time, however, the eluent is retained by the capture plate within the vacuum box. Again, during the vacuum period, the tips are washed ultrasonically. In all of the carryover tests we and others have made, any carryover after ultrasonic tip washing of 3 times or more was below the detectable level of the measuring instrument. Fluorescence, colorimetric, scintillation counting, and in one case a mass spectrometer was used. In all cases, the carryover, if any, was lost in the background of the measuring instrument. Following the final vacuum time, the filter plate is placed in the right front stacker with a capture plate below it. The reservoirs in the left front stacker are restacked to the original order to permit the next plate cycle to proceed automatically. Multiple plates may be processed automatically without operator interaction. The complete cycle time per plate is approximately 8 minutes, depending on the vacuum time that is allowed. Thank you for your time and interest in our products.